Um, it's sometimes it's a restaurant, sometimes you can eat there, sometimes you can't because some are really small. But it's basically a place where they fry pretty much everything that is on the menu. And of course, the number one thing to get there are Belgian fries. But we also do have some other classics that you can get there. The menu is often incredibly large, so I didn't get everything. I think I'd die if I tried eating everything from the menu. But I got some classics, I think, and also tried to pick some things that I do enjoy genuinely. So yeah, without further ado, let's start unpacking what I got. So I'm assuming that these are the fries. Actually, I'm sure because I can see through the ripped paper here. The fries always come in this type of paper. And, well, I should say either they come in the wrapped paper and then there's a box inside with the fries. Or, if you're on the go, you can get one of these pointy bags that are filled with the fries. So, I got, I hope you can see this, I'll hold it up. I got the smallest size fry possible because I got more snacks, like separate snacks, than I usually get. Usually I would have a larger fry and then less snacks. But I thought for the video, it'd be interesting to show as much variety as possible and as my stomach can allow. I also got different styles of sauces to go with the fries. So this is the OG, the classic mayo. I'm not quite sure if we do something different to our mayo than maybe in other countries. I know you can make mayo in different ways, but yeah, this for me, this is my go-to. I like other sauces as well, but still to this day, nothing beats a fry with mayo for me. I know people in America prefer ketchup with their fries. I don't mind ketchup, but just the mayo hits the spot. This is a Belgian sauce. It's called Andalouse, and I think it's based on mayo with like tomato puree and a bunch of spices. It's a bit spicy, but like only like a really, really tiny bit. But it's like herby, like there's a lot of spices in there. Not necessarily spicy, but you know what I mean. This is also one of my favorites. Yeah, if I'm not having mayo, I might be having Andalouse. And this is yellow Bicky sauce. I'll get to what the word Bicky means a little later when I get to the snacks. But so yeah. So I'll open these sauces first and have myself a little fry. on them. Or you can do what I like to do sometimes, not always, but sometimes, is get them with, you see these, they're like red orange spices on there. They're called satay kryd. Some type of herb mix with like paprika and coriander and a bunch of things. It's really good. It's also pretty salty, but it's a little more than just salt. So I'll go in with some mayo first. It's a spot. I feel like with the satay kryd and the mayo, you already get this type of Andalus type of vibe. So I don't think I've actually had satay kryd with Andalus. I'm wondering if it's gonna be a bit overkill. No, it still works. And now the yellow Bicky sauce. This one has like a bit of a mustard type of feel, but it's like creamier than a normal mustard and less spicy. So it's much milder of flavor. Yeah, it's really tasty. So, the Bicky sauce. The name Bicky comes from this little snack over here, which is, I'm actually wondering how old Bicky is. It's not super old. I think back when I was a child, this probably wasn't even around. But I'm pretty sure it's also Belgian. I think in Holland you can get a Bicky as well. So what the classic Bicky is it's a burger. And it has 3 different sauces on there. The yellow Bicky sauce. There's a brown sauce and a red sauce. The brown sauce, I'm not 100% sure what that is. The red sauce, I think it's kind of like ketchup. And then they do the burger. The burger is, it's not like a proper burger. You know, it's deep fried. So I'm not exactly sure what's in there. But essentially you can have a frituur that is like Bicky licensed, and they get to sell the Bicky products, or ones that just do their own types of burgers. I think the ones that are Bicky licensed, they can sell the burger that they sell, and then with the different sauces, they probably buy them from Bicky as well. And then it has fried onions on there, like little chunks, and pickles as well. So I'm gonna try and open it. It looks super messy, obviously, but you can see hopefully the pickles on there, the fried onions, and the different sauces. As any fast food chain burger, it always looks much better on the picture than in real life. But it still is really, really tasty. That's really good. I bought some paper towels because So yeah, the different sauces, besides from the burger, you can get them for like to dip your fries in. And they also do like variations of the burger with different types of meat and like veggie options and whatnot. But yeah, I just got the classic one. But it's really good. It's a really good combination of the sauces. I think I read online that it's like based on the classic American condiment sauces, like, you know, like mustard. Like this is kind of like mustard, but it's not like as intense, or at least not as intense as the mustard we have. The brown sauce, like I said, I'm not sure, and then maybe you Americans out there can fill in what you have, like a classic brown sauce that is a classic condiment with like this type of food. Feel free to leave it in the comments. And then obviously the red sauce is kind of like ketchup. Besides these two, I got some more snacks. So, what we have here is it's a Viandel, and it's a variant of our, I guess, like still the number one thing that Belgians get at a frituur besides fries. It's called currywurst. It's like a sausage like this, and basically this is the exact same sausage. It's made with probably a bunch of cheap, unhealthy meat, but yeah, it's a sausage. You deep fry it. That's pretty much all there is to it. The thing that separates the Viandel from the currywurst is this outer batter that's on there that makes it crispy. This is not something that I normally take. However, since it is based on like the classic thing to get at a frituur, I thought it would be interesting for the video to get this. And also, I preferred it with the crunchy thing because it'll probably be a better sound. So let's dip it in. Let's dip it in some Andalus. It would probably work. I mean, it still works. It's really tasty. It's not just something that I take often. Oftentimes, when you have like family get-togethers or whatnot, someone will have like different types of like these snacks, like the miniature versions, as like a little snack with something to drink, as like an appetizer. That'll probably be the last time that I ate something like this. And then the very last thing that I got are these crispy balls. They're called Bitterballen. vegan options these days. But this is the classic bitterball, and then the crispy shell. This should work great because I sometimes have this as an appetizer with some mustard, so it should pair perfectly with the yellow Bicky sauce. That's really tasty. So, contrary to what the name sounds like, they're actually not bitter. They taste very meaty. The reason they're called Bitterballen is because apparently back in the old days they were served with a bit of bitter alcohol, or like beer maybe, and so it would be like a little snack to have with your bitter drink, hence the name Bitterballs. I looked that up. I didn't even know. I never questioned why it was called Bitterball. For some reason, I wasn't the biggest fan of these when I was a kid, and now they're like one of my favorite snacks. So yeah, but yeah, that's pretty much the spread I have here. Like I said, there's a million different things. That you can have in the frituur. Nothing really that is very healthy. But that's not the point. That's not where we go there, right? The Bicky Burger, I always liked. I always usually get a variant of the Bicky Burger that has what we call a Mexicano in there. It's like, it looks like a rack of ribs, but there's no bones in there. It's all just like artificial meat. But it's a bit spicy. And I quite like spicy food. So I usually get that one. And then it's on like a long type of bun. But the sauces and the pickles and the onions are all the exact same. But it's been a while since I've had the classic burger. It's still very good. I used to leave out the pickles. But I guess then I grew up and I started enjoying pickles. And now I'd probably find it a bit more boring without the pickles. Let's try a bitterball with Andalus. This seems like an odd combination. I feel like the point of these sauces is that technically they would work with any of these things. But yeah, as a Belgian, it's kind of like a thing that you have your own signature like order. This is not really my typical order, but I feel like a lot of people here have their signature order, and they always stick to that. And I actually think it's fun that I'm ordering for a video, and getting things like a Viandel, because I haven't had this in ages. So yeah, it kind of broadens your horizons a bit, and yeah, keeps things interesting. course, while eating something of your own. Bon appetit, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers. Bye bye.